Good morning. We're back for today's lesson in civics, we're going to call it. I studied really hard in high school, middle school. Social studies was my strong suit. Actually, it wasn't. I didn't really have a strong suit. I barely graduated high school. But we are here today, nonetheless. I've been on this kick again lately, ever since our lovely Minnesota government, we call them daddy affectionately, crammed this paid family medical leave down our throats. I have strong opinions on that as a small business owner. It's an unfunded mandate. A lot of that's they say it's funded because we pay into it, right? I think, and I have to pay for myself as the owner. I have to pay the employee portion and the employer portion for myself. It's a small amount, a few bucks here and there, but that's not funding it. I mean, I'm going to have to pay in forever in order to get the amount of money needed to take 12 weeks, 20 weeks off, whatever, even 2 weeks off. And I don't get the opportunity to take that time off. I guess if I have to, I'd have to figure it out one way or the other, whether daddy was there to help me or not. Another one of those unfunded mandates that I really get fired up about is recycling. Ever since, I don't even remember when, 80s maybe, we've been forced to recycle. I shouldn't say forced. They started pushing it hard, but now we've been forced to provide that as waste haulers free of charge. We are not allowed to charge somebody who recycles more than somebody who doesn't in the same area. Residential speaking, I mean, you could charge commercial customers, but the residential households, they don't pay for recycling. It's a service that costs a lot of money to provide. You got an extra truck, an extra driver, extra container, higher than trash cost and dump fees. It's a very expensive endeavor that causes everybody to pay for recycling because the only money we get back is to raise the general rates. They have this, what's called a SCORE committee. The government started way back in whatever day. I believe it stands for Government Select Committee on Recycling and the Environment. That's the state, aka Daddy, provides money in SCORE funding that goes to the counties. The counties can then administer it however they see fit. They used to send it down to the cities, and then the cities that required curbside recycling would share that amongst the haulers to help offset some cost. So that wasn't terrible. That money has gone away in our area, at least. The county keeps it for their own program, which is pretty amazing. Crow Wing County, most of the cities in the county require waste haulers to provide curbside recycling for residences. They do not provide us a place to dispose of that recycling, so we have to haul it out of county and pay astronomical fees to dump it. That's pretty amazing. But our county uses their SCORE funding responsibly, however they do it. So that's a pretty awesome thing that really gets me fired up. And on that same note, let's talk about the waste hauler's license. Most people don't know about these things because they don't care. They just put their trash out on the curb and it disappears. We are required to have a hauler's license by our county. The county is responsible for administering all these state ordinances when it comes to waste and recycling removal. So the county, we pay, I mean, it's a small amount, but we pay for a waste hauler's license. We provide them our inspection reports for each truck, proof of insurance, all the good stuff to say that we are legally and responsibly operating on the roads and doing what we're supposed to do with the waste. Now, here's what really fires me up. Within that county, keep in mind, we've already submitted all the paperwork, paid all the bills to be licensed to haul in the county. Now, the cities within that county also require us to do the same thing, to operate in their city. Why is that? That's going to be my next mission. As soon as I get a little time here, I'm going to start going to these cities and asking them to reconsider, if we're already licensed as a responsible hauler, why are we double, triple, quadruple dipping? Why should I pay, let's just say, 5 different cities to do the same thing I already provided to the county? I think that's overdoing it. Like I say, double dipping is a good way to put that. Now, local government. Local government was, I'd say, created to provide the essential services that we've come to expect. Water, sewer, roads, schools, even. But what do you expect from your local government? Like, what do you expect for the money you pay in property taxes? What are some things that we should be doing for ourselves? There's things I think about, like such as park maintenance. I would say that is not an essential service to provide a park. It's a wonderful asset. It's a great amenity to our community. People love using the parks. But why should we pay taxes for that? Why don't people take it upon themselves? And I'll tell you why they can't and why the local government can't allow them to. Because we're such a sue-happy society. If we start letting people go mow the lawn, somebody gets hurt, bam, trouble. Liability everywhere you look. And that's no good. That's one I wrote a note about that. Like, why can't we let people mow the freaking grass? We can't even do that. You can't let people do hardly anything. You have to hold their hand, myself included. We all need our hands held for somebody to tell us what to do, when we're supposed to do it, and how much we should pay to do it. Or how much we should charge to do it. There's so many laws about that too. Laws everywhere you look. There's no common sense. There's no good-heartedness involved in many things at all. In the areas where the government doesn't tell us what to do, man, people can really step up to the plate. There's a lot of good people out there, folks. They provide a lot for their community members, their neighbors, their family, their friends. And I do encourage everybody to give what they can, not only in a monetary sense, but even in time or a little compassion. If all you have to offer is 5 minutes of your time to listen to somebody, you should do that. A lot of people just could use an ear, but there's a lot of help needed all around. Another thing that kind of chaps my ass, I've talked about it in a previous video. People come in to, we're on city government right now, just because that's what I'm versed in. I don't want to say well versed. I do it, but I don't know. I'm still learning after 5 years. People come in just angry about taxes are always a hot item. It's like they're coming to fight with the city council. They throw their fit and they offer nothing to help solve the problem or help make it better. I think if more people would step up and do these roles, there's a lot of different ways you can help in your community, officially and unofficially. You could get on any board or commission, planning and zoning, park board, economic development, housing and redevelopment authority. Several different cities have different commissions and boards for different needs. Do your part, get involved. And if you just don't have time, you have to make time. You have to make some time to be involved in your community. Otherwise, you hear the one thing come across, you see it in the newspaper or on the city sign, or you get your property tax statement in the mail, and you just get angry. Like, what the hell are they doing? They're fraud. We love fraud, don't we? There is a lot of fraud. And there's probably a lot of local governments that have fraud as well. I could say with confidence that at least in our local city government, I don't see any fraud. All of the employees, every staff member is pretty diligent on making sure we do things the right way. Elected officials, same thing. They don't want any appearance of anything sideways going on. So, I worry about, even if I'm out, somebody wants to buy me breakfast, for example. There's always a concern about what's expected in return. Isn't that sad, though? Police officers. There's cities that I've heard of in Minnesota that have policy they cannot allow anything, not even a free cup of coffee, because it can be seen as kind of buying something or paying them off, whatever you want to say, bribery. That's crap, man. If you want to show your appreciation for the work somebody does and throw them a little tip by way of a cup of coffee or a free breakfast, I say you should do it. I think the world would be a happier place if everybody just gave a little bit. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. the LEARING Center. Man, what a great, even if you didn't hear the story of all the fraud in these daycare centers, alleged fraud. I'm not personally involved. I don't have the proof. But the sign on that daycare center was freaking amazing. What was it? Quality Learning Center? They forgot the N in the word learning. I was amazed by that. I kept rewinding to see it. Now I don't have to rewind. It's on every video and every meme out there. Is it a meme or is it a GIF? Whatever, the things you find on the internets. Do your part. If you're going to open a learning center, I mean, we all make mistakes. Let's be honest, folks. I've screwed up. I got typos all the time. But when it comes to the sign on your business, I feel like you should take a little bit of time, maybe even have a second set of eyes look at it. How long was that sign there? That's amazing to me. Anyways, I've spent too long talking about this sign. Another thing that I'd like to talk about is, I mentioned housing and redevelopment authorities, or HRAs, because we like acronyms when it comes to government. There are programs out there, such as Housing Trust Fund that Crow Wing County HRA administers. The county puts money in, there's money coming into this fund that can be used for rehabilitating homes, fixing up rental houses or privately owned homes, some down payment assistance for people who could use a little help getting into their own home. It's a great program. It really is. However, it gets abused. And there was one recently. I don't want to misspeak and call it the wrong thing. It's, I don't know if it's necessarily a homeless home, but it's housing for people who can't afford housing. Some sort of program. They built this unit, and they say it wasn't completed, but at the time they came and asked for money. I don't remember the amount. Dang, I wish I had that handy. It was a lot of money. Let's just put it that way. They asked for that after the fact, and I remember asking, there's people living in here already? Oh yeah, yep, there's people living there already. So they built this building, and then asked for more money to help offset their cost. I don't think things should work that way. I think if you've got a project or a program and you need some financial subsidies to build it, maybe it's a humanitarian effort, maybe you're running a poor business model, whatever the case, you should get that answered before you put your neck out there to build it. I mean, I'm just trying to think, if I were to build my shop, this office I'm sitting in, and I get done with it, and then I say, well, shit, I don't have the money to pay these bills. Then what happens, folks? I'm screwed. I don't have the place anymore. That does happen, stuff like that. And it just kind of drives me nuts. That money should be used better, in my opinion. God, I hate editing these things. I'm not good at it. I ramble a lot. Let's hit on a positive note. I'm pretty near famous now. I've got 23 subscribers. Man, I was hoping for 12 out of that one second video I did. I'm like almost international fame, I would say. 23 subscribers. We've had almost 1,000 views, pert near, maybe 600, maybe 300. It's almost 1,000. So thank you to all 23 of my loyal fans. I hope this video doesn't disappoint you. But if it does, my apologies, my friends. I'll do better next time. I'll try to do better next time. Thanks for watching. Toodaloo.